What's one thing you've changed that's lightened your load as a teacher? And what I want is for Diane to come back, because I asked her this question and I thought she had a really good answer. Diane, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but Diane isn't particularly fond of online teaching. Is that true, Diane?
I think that would be an accurate statement. Yes.
Okay. So it has been interesting to me to see the things that she's done to make online teaching and the things that she's been having to do much easier. So Diane, tell us what you've been doing.
Well, one of the things, my answer to Wendy's question, there are lots of things that I've been doing, but the thing that's been making it the most amount easier sounds a little bit self-serving, but it really isn't. I've been using lots of new music. And when I first wrote the All Cooped Up pieces, the very first set that I wrote last summer when I was not in my own house or anything, I really just needed some stuff to teach kids. But what I found was if I taught fresh new music that I didn't have a lot of baggage with, that I didn't have a set way I always teach it, and then I play this thing and I play with them, that it made things seem fresher and I wasn't quite as frustrated. The other thing was I started using the same piece with student after student after student. And I'm not even teaching that many kids right now. I have a lot of adult students, but I started taking one piece and using it for like 6 students in the week or 7 students in a week. Or I have to confess, Wednesday afternoon, there's 3 little girls who are all playing all the same pieces and they have no clue. And the reason they have no clue is because they're not in the studio back to back like they used to be. So in fact, actually, those little kids that were just there, 2 little girls that are both named Charlie, which is the same name as my dog. And I got my dog, named him Charlie, and immediately got these 2 adorable little girls who were both named Charlie. So they came back to back for their lessons, but they have no idea they're playing the same pieces right now. And I would never have been able to get away with that or even thought it was a reasonable idea, except when people aren't all there, it makes it possible for you to use the same music. And you can even use the same music with students that aren't all at the same level, but use it for different purposes. So you might send a piece that for somebody is a sight reading piece and for somebody else is going to be a recital piece, but you can just take that load off and maybe email everything all at the same time to people and say, please print this week. And then just know everybody's going to have that same thing. And it somehow perks me up. It perks up the students to have some fun new stuff to do. And it somehow feels a little less like I'm trying to do what I used to do with my hands tied behind my back.
That's a lovely word picture. Very accurate. Not lovely, but
how I feel a lot of the time. It makes me crazy.
Yeah. Well, I love this idea. I just think it's just so efficient to think about teaching the same piece to the same number of students. And I think you said this especially a couple times in the first webinar, but you get better and better at teaching that piece of music.
Exactly. You get to know the piece and you get a lot of benefit from it. You know, if Susie had trouble with it, then when you give it to Jane 3 hours later, you kind of learn some things about it, as opposed to just constantly feeling like you have to, reinvent the wheel, which right now we feel like we have to do every minute of every day.
Yeah.
So
very good. Yes. Very helpful.